do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
That I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
So help me God. I saw the commercial on TV and it got me so excited, and I changed my entire plans, and instead of walking into the college, I walked into the recruiter's hall and raised my hand and decided to join the military, and it was the best experience I ever had. I continue to serve the country because I feel like it's a mandate of my family. I served in the Army, my husband served in the Navy, and now my son serves in the National Guard. He actually went to serve for 1 year in Afghanistan, and because of him and our commitment as the Fields family, we will never stop serving the military.
Why did I serve? As a kid, my grandma had a picture of my uncles who served in World War II on the wall in the house. My uncle and one of my other uncles had a picture of himself in his house. And I remember as a kid seeing these pictures all the time, and one of my older brother, Fred, he joined the Air Force in 1976, and he got out in 1981. And again, he went back in like 6 months ahead of me, so it must have been good to him. So I was like, hey, there got to be something good about this thing. I continue to serve, I guess, love for my country, love for my fellow man, because like I said, we serve the country, but we also serve the people. The country is the people, so that's why I continue to serve.
So I had the opportunity to travel around the world and the opportunity to defend my country in times of crisis. So that was the primary reason, but the things that I learned in the military were things I could carry over into civilian life. The things I learned in the Army will transition to Department of Homeland Security, to where I can do everything that I can do to ensure that we give the students the best possible training here, as we did in the military.
I joined the military because I grew up in a small town, and you had 3 choices. You could go to college, you could go work in a factory, or you could go in the military. I think it's important for people to get to know veterans that they work side by side with, because it's been a very enriching experience for me. I feel proud to be a veteran, because I'm proud of the people I served with.
I served because that's what my family does. My sisters, twin sisters, served in the U.S. Air Force and the U.S. Army. My brother-in-laws both served in the U.S. Navy. My wife actually worked for the Aircraft Carrier Program Office in Washington, D.C., and I served in the U.S. Army. And I did it to defend my country and to defend my family. And finally, I've come to work at the Department of Homeland Security. And the reason I do that is, just as I train soldiers to prepare for war, I also feel that I prepare law enforcement officers and first responders to defend this nation.
I served because I had a heart for the American people. I wanted to give back to my nation. I wanted to wear the uniform because I had a lot of respect and admiration for the women and men who had served before me. I continued to serve because during my time in the military, I gained so many values and morals that allowed me to know that the contributions that we were making to the U.S. didn't just stop with the military, that it was our goal, it was our obligation to continue to serve the American people.
I joined the Army because I wanted to be part of something bigger. I wanted to belong to an organization that could make a difference. I love being part of something bigger and feeling like I'm making a difference.
I followed in my father's footsteps. My father served in Vietnam, and I was taught growing up that it's all about the young taking care of the old. The reason why I continue to serve is because I believe through my experience, life experiences, that it's now time to pass those on to the young. Now it's the point where the old take care of the young.
I joined the Air Force because at the time I didn't feel like I was serving a greater purpose. My dad was a civilian law enforcement police officer for 27 years, and I felt like maybe I should follow in his footsteps, so I did security forces in the Air Force. I continue to serve because I feel like being part of a bigger organization for the government, even if my job seems small at the time, it's always for a greater purpose.